One thing that I've noticed is that some killers' default perks work particularly well on other killers, leading me to create entire builds based off of trading perks between killers. Now, I've already done one series of 3 videos of the Spirit, utilizing the Knight's perks. Now I present the Animatronic Clown. This is the first of 3 videos, each one showing off one of the Clown's perks on Springtrap. Today's build is going to be built around Pop Goes the Weasel. Pop Goes the Weasel supercharges the first generator break action you do after hooking a survivor. With Springtrap's great map ability, he can take great advantage of this perk to pressure gens with the most progress. Scourge Hook, Jagged Compass supports this, highlighting the generator with the most progress in yellow every time you hook a survivor on a white Scourge Hook. Since our doors spawn right next to generators, we can almost always teleport to the gen with the most progress in time to apply pop before it's fully repaired. And since we're undetectable while and after teleporting, our ability to ambush survivors is very high, so we're incentivized to keep survivors injured. Leverage will help us with that. Leverage slows the healing speed of survivors who unhook another survivor, as that after unhooking heal will be much slower. Many survivors will skip immediate heals and instead work on gens nearby until leverage ends, which will set them up perfectly for our undetectable ambushes. Scourge Hook, Gift of Pain, which is now called Weeping Wounds for those who don't own Cenobite, is our final perk. This perk also slows the heal speed of survivors unhooked from white Scourge Hooks with the Mangled status effect, further decreasing the speed that they're healed at, but more importantly applies hemorrhage to these survivors, which causes them to lose any healing progress if a heal gets interrupted on them. The extra heal slowdown from this perk alone isn't really worth using, but since we can pair it with leverage along with a playstyle that has us return to the hook to interrupt that heal, we end up wasting a massive amount of survivor time. And as I already stated, injured survivors are very vulnerable to us. If fully healed, Weeping Wounds will apply a healing and repair speed debuff until re-injured, so even if we let them heal, they'll still have their generator repair speeds slowed considerably. For add-ons, we're using 2 simpler ones that increase the speed that we move through doors while keeping us undetectable longer. Our build thrives on mobility, so we get great value from these 2 cheap add-ons. But is this build strong enough for the circus, or will survivors just clown on us? There's one way to find out. Ooh, Midwich, huh? This is an interesting map. This is one of my favorite maps, just for the aesthetics, because I'm a big Silent Hill 1 fan. For killers specifically, it's a decent map. The problem is, though, these doors might make it a little bit rough on Springtrap. I'm not sure how the spawns are going to be yet. So we'll just have to play around with it and see how it goes. As always, I'm going to pick a generator on the opposite side of the map and get lucky. Oh, they're all here. Okay, that's nice. They did change the spawning rules for survivors, so they tend to all spawn together. A very welcome change. Let's see what we can do here. These hallways do seem pretty good for us using our power. I want to get a little bit closer, just so I can see how they move. Like, this Fang really is not moving much. Well, she wasn't doing much to dodge the axe, but I don't know where the heck she went. She just completely vanished here. I'm guessing she's got that one perk that hides your blood stains and scratch marks when you're injured, which I'm having a hard time remembering the name offhand, but it's a strong perk, but it has like a limited duration. And once it runs out, it's hard to get it back. So for now, we're just going to go back to the generator that we were at. One thing about survivors is that if a gen is half done, they tend to keep coming back for it over and over. And this is clearly no exception. So we'll take him, we'll put him right up on this hook. We do have a Scourge Hook right nearby, which is great because I want to see where to go at this point. Still the one above us. I have no problem heading back up there and giving it a pop. At this point, though, we've probably put enough pressure on it that they're not going to keep coming back to this one, but that's fine. Oh, I lied. They're right here. Man, this is pretty nice for us. Let's get a little bit closer. I could get a hit, but instead of losing her, I want to see if I can go for a axe grab, which is a lot of fun. Okay, she does not juke as hard as I expected. But that's alright. Give her a little love tap. And we're going to catch up to her with our increased speed. We do get a great pallet out of the way. This is one of those really strong pallets. And I think they're committing to that heal over there. If I was playing the Dredge right now, I would just teleport right back over there and interrupt it. My teleports are a little bit more limited as Springtrap, but that's okay. We'll let Weeping Wounds do its job and slow down that repair speed. Okay, so we do see now the generator. I heard a voice right over here. I don't know where they went. We do see the generator over there that has the most progress. We can head on over there. Now I'm still getting used to Springtrap. He's still a new killer. But one trick that I'm using is that I am not teleporting directly to the generator. Survivors can see... Oh wow, they got it done. I'm surprised. Hello. Survivors can see the door numbers change when you're about to come through it. Oh, nice done. Yeah, but you're not going anywhere from here. So it's hard to ambush them that way. One thing I like to do is I'll teleport to a door nearby the generator, and then I'll use the extra stealth that I have to sneak in the door. And you can sometimes get a hit in that you wouldn't get otherwise by doing it that way. If time is more of the essence, though, you can teleport right to the generator. Okay, let's hobble on over to the door. Fortunately, not a Scourge Hook, but with Jagged Compass, it will become one as soon as the survivor is unhooked. So it's nice, you pair that with Weeping Wounds, and the survivor will always get the effects of Weeping Wounds. It is impossible when you have Jagged Compass to not get the survivor affected. And luckily for us, this Nick Cage does not know that we can see the aura of the axe through walls. So we get to out-mind game him here without even trying. Hey friend, how's my makeup look? Everybody's a critic. Okay, we see the gem with the most progress there. I think we will teleport right to it, though. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just heard somebody. They might be upstairs over there. I will say sounds do seem a little bit wonky since the last update. Which, honestly, is kind of sad. It really feels like we just can't get away from just bugs like every chapter. It's been just so bad lately. But, they're working on getting them fixed, so, you know, we have to do our best. I hit her with that. It's funny, Springtrap's axe feels a lot more natural to me than the Huntress hatchets. But I've played Huntress for so many years that I have, like, this muscle memory around her hatchets. So I need to, like, train myself to not use my muscle memory and to go with instinct. Easier said than done. This gen is still regressing too, which is a little surprising. Okay, they're doing a fast unhook there. Let's see if we can get a stealthy approach. Oh, this one's in the courtyard. Okay, we see the injured person this way. Let's head... Oh, here's the other Kate. We can give her a chase. I'm okay if those two want to heal and slow down their repair speed. And yeah, you cannot loop a tile like this. Just not gonna work. Oh, hey, I had the prompt there. I'm getting robbed. Oh man, look how much longer this chase is going too because I didn't get that prompt. See, it's funny, little things like that, you really don't notice the impact that they have on a game until you like stop and think about it. Because if we had gotten that grab off there, that's like, what, 10-15 seconds off of that chase? Big difference. Little things like that, they tend to add up as you play a game. You know, like if you're struggling with a killer, it may be that you're just simply missing out on little tiny things like that you're not really paying attention to. I'm going to pop this before I chase them. Let's see if we can maybe cut them off. They're going that way. Let's cut through the courtyard here. I'm going to keep my axe on the ground, by the way, until I'm ready to use it, just like this. Ooh, I hit her there. I wasn't sure that was going to work. She didn't really swerve much, but it worked out. Okay, let's put her on a basement hook here. I forget if she's on death hook. Let's see. Yep, that was her final hook, so she's out of here. And we don't have to lose a hook either, which is nice. Now, it was not a Scourge hook, though, so I'm not entirely sure where we're supposed to be going. Although this gen has enough progress that I don't mind using my Pop Goes The Weasel on it. Pop's definitely a lot weaker than it used to be. Some people say it's just, you know, useless now. I don't really think it's that bad. To me, it's a lot more reliable than, like, Eruption. But I know a lot of people do swear by Eruption over Pop now. But personal preference, you know. Okay, we missed, but that's fine. We're happy to move back at the normal killer movement speed. I'm going to let her run off. She still has weeping wounds on her, so she can repair slow. One thing with Springtrap is you definitely have to be... Oh, I can't believe I hit the wall there. You got to make sure that you're not carrying around your axe too, like, frequently. It's tough. You want to have your axe ready when you need it, so you're not going to waste time summoning it. But you also don't want to carry it around for too long because you're a slow 4.4 killer. And this Nicolas Cage is totally minding it himself. I'm happy to take him. Okay, we can make it to the Scourge Hook over here. Let's see where we're headed. Right over here? Yeah, this game is just about over. That one over there is the most progress, but I am more than happy to pop this one. I'm sure there's someone nearby here too. Yeah, I wasn't able to stop that one in time anyway. Okay, there's someone over here somewhere. Come to think of it, we still have not seen that Fang. Like, remember the early on she had that perk that hit her? I haven't seen her once since. So she's probably running a couple of stealth perks. So losing her in that first chase, it's kind of bad for us. Honestly, it was probably good for us, right? Because it means we've only really dealt with 3 survivors instead of 4. But, oh well, we can see if we can find her. When we get to this kind of situation, maybe the best bet would be to get in a door and pop out somewhere random and see if we can find somebody with our undetectable. We want to be as unpredictable as possible here. Okay, she is working on this gen. Ooh, and it is the Fang too. Beautiful. I will say the Fang's got that, what is it called? The Rift cosmetic or whatever? The flower ones. All the survivors with the flower cosmetics, they look like exactly the same. Like, I keep wanting to call her Arella, whatever her name is, because she looks just like the same survivor with this cosmetic. But this time she couldn't get away from us. So let's put her up on a hook and see if we can find the other survivor. Since they've changed the AFK crows, we know that they can't just hide from us anymore. So we're going to look around, and I'm actually going to keep checking the generators. Because maybe that they'll be on a gen trying to get away from those crows. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't hear that gen being worked on. Let's take the door up here, though, and see what we can do. Man, I'm having terrible luck here. Check the gens, couldn't find anybody. I'm hoping she's just, like, hiding in a locker or something. Oh, she was on this gen. Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute. Now we can end this game, finally. Let's see if we can maybe get another grab. Oh, we got a pallet. Better not risk it. Come on, Kate. Let's get you to a nice, more cinematic location. Another one of the changes is that we don't have to wait to mori them anymore. When the penultimate survivor is on the hook, you can mori the last survivor. But it doesn't matter right here. We got a nice little spot. You didn't see that. Okay, so I got 2,500 points there for in deviousness for killing all the survivors. Look how many points I actually get this game here. I'm pretty sure that the points are bugged. Yeah, look, I got 16 deviousness points. Now, you usually get those points for, like, using your power. I think Springtrap's bugged right now, but whatever. It was a good game, even if it's a little bit short on the points. Ugh, Hawkins. This is one of my least favorite maps. But I wonder how it will be when I do have the doors. We don't have anything very useful upstairs here, which is a little annoying. As always, oh, you know what? Let's check up here. I was going to say, let's go to the opposite corner. But if someone's going to jump through a window or something, I'll be happy to take advantage of that. See, that was my my huntress muscle memory right there. Because if that was a hatchet, that would have been a down. Yeah, that's right. Oh. Well, actually, you know what? Another thing I've noticed with Springtrap is that he has like this delay between throwing a hatchet and like actually using an M1. Like, I don't mean like you hit somebody and then it gets delayed. I get that. But more like you just throw it and you miss and you still can't attack right away. Kind of sucks. Okay, let's pop here. I see them running off over there. So many survivors are running sprint burst because of these doors here. It might be worth running an exhaustion perk to counter that, but I don't know. For this build at least, I don't need the exhaustion perk. Especially if survivors are going to play loops like this. Let's put them up, we'll head back, see if we can interrupt that heal. Gotta use the good old leverage combo. Oh, hold on, there's another survivor right here. This is my kind of thing. When you can start chaining downs like this together, you know a game is going to go well for you. Okay, here's one of these kind of awful loops on this map. I'm just going to break this. I might be able to do some mind gaming with an axe, but I'm not going to risk a really long chase if I can help it. Okay, they did commit to the heal, but they are still on the hook there, and that's kind of rough for them. I don't really care about the Scourge hook right now because no gens are popping. Let's see if we can intercept this. Okay. Gotcha. Nice flashlight. I'm just going to poke her and make her go mend as we go find the Allen. Oh, there you are. A little bit too late. Oh, Alan. Flashlights don't work that way. And I don't know what the heck you're trying there. I have no clue.
Up you go.
I missed that, but man, I love some of these voice lines that they have on the killers now. It's taken me a while to get used to them, but it just adds so much like flavor to the characters. Yeah, we got one person on the ground, we got someone on the hook. We have so much momentum right now. Let's head back over there. And this is really nice too, because usually if someone had like a good med kit, you know, they could stop this. They could have got that up right there. But with all of our slowdown, all our sloppy butcher effects, it's really paying off. If you back up.
Your struggle.
That was a nice dead hard. Not nice enough though. You know, when learning Springtrap, I've been trying all sorts of different builds. This is definitely my best build so far. Some of them have had some kind of rough games as I'm learning them, so having a game or two like this can be fun too. And you... I should be able to get her here. Yeah. Not much you can do in this narrow corridor. Okay, here comes hook number 8. And you're dead. I think Rebecca's the only one not on death hook. Hi. Bye. What? You think him? I should kill him? How's that? That's good? Okay. Yeah. You know what? I like that spirit. Okay, now what, Rebecca? What's the next step of your plan? Go ahead, stun me. You can get some points. Yep. Hey, Rebecca. You want to lead me to the Allen? You want to take me there? No? Alright, okay. I'm just going to throw you up on a hook. This game has been such a brutal slaughter that I am really not going to waste my time looking around for the Allen. If I find him, I find him. Now, this looks like a little bit of progress. See, look, I used Pop. See, I used the build right here, okay? So don't post any comments below saying I didn't, alright? No, actually, the real strength in this game, I think, was leveraging Gift of Pain. The fact that we were able to stop any sort of a comeback here, we just snowballed so hard. But anyway, let's teleport around a little bit. Ooh, here's the hatch. Let's see if we can use our undetectable. Hi. Look at my 360 skills. And now for my next trick, I'm going to stick him into this barrel. Make some Allen soup. Alright. Always happy when I can take down a Hawkins without suffering. Let's see what perks they brought. Okay, just the standard stuff. A couple of flashlights that clearly eroded their brains, but overall, a fun match. For me, at least. Pop Goes the Weasel might be quite a bit weaker than it used to be, but you can still get great value from it on high mobility killers like the Animatronic. Now that was our first of 3 Animatronic Clown games, so let me know in the comments below if you're more interested in seeing the Coulrophobia build or the Bamboozle build first, and I'll make sure that it gets made into a future video. And in the meantime, as always, thank you for watching.